started out as just an exercise in writing the first 10 pages of a script. And originally all I had was the first 10 pages, but I brought it to the ScriptClub workshop and the group helped me develop it and expand it and conceive the whole thing. So thank you for everybody who was involved in that. The cast for this, Garth Gunderson, Kelsey Doherty, and Patrick Barnett. And Pete Hernandez.
Fade in. Exterior, small town museum in Saskatchewan. Day. A rental car with local plates pulls up. It parks. The occupant steps out halfway to ponder the facility. This is Paul Mievik, 30-ish, dressed like an archaeologist. He checks his iPhone, then reaches back in the car and grabs his field pouch. He puts it over his shoulder, locks the car, and begins walking. His iPhone's text tone sounds. Note, this tone will be important later. Paul looks at the text and instead of texting back, opts to call instead.
Mom? Sorry, I'm not home. I'm on a field trip. I'm in Canada, Saskatchewan province. Yeah, I'm real excited. No, not related to my thesis. It's something else. I'll tell you later. Well, I'm not actually doing a thesis right now because the committee passed on my proposal. Oh, they said it wasn't like illuminating enough. I don't know. Well, I'm not the one in charge. I can't just say whatever. I don't know. You know, maybe start over from scratch. I guess. I mean, or drop the PhD track altogether. Look, I have a meeting. Okay, I need to go. I love you.
Interior, museum day. Paul peruses the museum's displays of early Homo sapien lifestyle, built around artifacts dug up from the local area. He spots what looks like an information desk and approaches. Rosemary, early 20s, is behind the information desk, looking down, dealing with some business there.
Hi. I'm here to see the curator, Dr. Danley. I have an appointment.
Oh, you're Paul.
Yeah. Yeah, M-J-E-V-I-C.
Yes, right. 1 second.
She picks up a phone and pushes a button.
George, your guest is here. He'll be right out.
Paul reacts to guest with a little bafflement. Paul glances around the museum, then looks back at Rosemary.
So, are you a receptionist or?
I'm an intern from the university.
Cool. Then they're done that. You wouldn't have to know why I'm here, would you?
You got a letter, didn't you?
Well, yeah, and we've exchanged emails, all kind of vague. It's just not altogether, clear exactly why me.
Why not you?
I don't know. You get these kinds of invitations, and I'm not exactly one of your go-to guys. I don't have my doctorate. I've only managed to publish one paper.
Well, maybe you're smarter than you think, stronger than you seem, blah, blah.
Is that a Winnie the Pooh reference?
Maybe.
He notices her name tag.
Rosemary. I like that, kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah, well, I've had people tell me I'm an old soul.
I'm sure you are.
Of course, I don't go enough for all that, woo-woo stuff.
Right, because scientists.
Right.
Just then, Dr. George Danley, 70s, well-dressed, approaches.
Hello! You Paul? Mamich?
Mievik.
George Danley. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
Welcome to our humble museum and research center. Did you have a good trip in the States?
Sure, I'm very honored to be here, sir. And to be honest, though, I'm still kind of scratching my head over why you picked me out of the pack.
We saw your article in linguistic anthropology, and that put you on our radar.
Really? Well, thanks. I'm glad somebody noticed. So your email made reference to a finding.
Yes. Come.
He gestures Paul to follow. Paul glances back at Rosemary.
Enjoy your stay.
Paul smiles, then follows Danley toward the non-public section of the museum.
It's an artifact dug up at a site a few kilometers from here. It's in a lot of pieces, but it's, well, uncommon. and we wanted some new eyes on it.
Well, I'm curious to see it, whatever it is.
They turn down a corridor leading to offices and workspaces, making small talk along the way.
So your last name, is that Polish?
Croatian, sort of. When my great-grandfather came over, like a lot of immigrants, he truncated his name. As far as I know, we're the only family in the world with that particular combination of consonants.
Reaching the door, at the end of the corridor, Danley pauses to look at him. He opens the door. Interior, museum, office lab, day. Danley shows Paul a corkboard with photos and other info tacked on it. The photos are mostly of an excavation site.
It was found in a layer consistent with 11,500 years old.
Shortly after the end of the last ice age.
Correct. Same geological level where other more common prehistoric artifacts, arrowheads, Stone Age tools, and the like have been found in other sites around there.
Danley steps across the cluttered workspace to a table and produces a large file. He pulls out documents and more photos, old letter-sized prints. Paul takes a look.
But we wanted a confirmation, because since there were animal bones and plant matter buried with the artifact, we were able to run carbon-14 dating. Multiple tests confirm the age.
The photos in Paul's hands are pictures of rock fragments at the excavation site. Not close up enough yet to reveal any details.
As for the carvings themselves, we run quartz hydration, microscopic exams, x-rays, every technique we can get our hands on. Not 100% conclusive, of course, but nothing so far has contradicted all the other evidence as to its age.
Paul notices the handwriting in the margins of the photos.
These pictures were taken in the 80s. You've been sitting on this for 40 years?
We wanted to be absolutely sure it was what it appeared to be. Take every measure to eliminate the possibility that it's some kind of a hoax.
So, what am I looking at here?
It appears to be fragments of what used to be a tablet.
A tablet. With, writing.
Yes.
Not petroglyphs, or...
No. A distinct syntactical language carved into stone 11,500 years ago.
Are you serious? The oldest known written language is 5,000 years old, and that's nowhere near this continent. If you found something nearly 7,000 years older, that would be earth-shattering.
That's why we've been extremely cautious.
Holy smokes. I mean, this would upend everything that we know about human history, and it would change every assumption that we have about who we are.
Danley calmly puts all the photos and reports back into their file.
Have you been able to decipher the language?
Want to take a look?
Yeah, but I mean, have you been keeping this under wraps? I mean, and seriously, why am I the one standing here? I mean, there are many way higher academics who would pounce on this right away. On a discovery like this, I mean, I can call my faculty sponsor at Stanford right now, and he'll drop everything just to catch the next flight.
No. We want you.
He starts moving toward a back room, leaving Paul stunned in place for a moment.
It must have been some paper I wrote.
He repockets the phone and follows to interior, museum, back room, day. The room is dark, and only certain special lights are used to spot illuminate artifacts under study. Danley directs Paul to a wide glass case.
Here it is.
Paul opens his pouch and takes out a magnifier.
Let's see what we have here.
He leans over the glass and examines the rock fragments stored within. After a moment, his expression turns sour, and he looks up at Danley as he realizes...
This is English. Well, of course it's a hoax.
We've tried for 40 years to prove that. We can't.
Danley's earnestness is striking. Skeptical, Paul continues looking down at the fragments. Close-ups of the rock fragments show the aged carvings of English words as Paul reads them aloud.
Assimilate tribe.
He moves a little to the right.
Teach basic science. Huh. Earth rotate. Stars like sun, meteors. Inadvertent time travel.
He looks up at Danley. Yes, he knows. Danley gestures with his eyes to keep going. Paul looks down through his magnifier again.
I come from year 2026.
He turns his head toward Danley. Danley wants him to continue. He does, and finds
My name is P.
his head lifts up and his jaw drops. Close up on the fragment, it reads, "My name is Paul Nievick."
That's what this is all about.
Paul is utterly speechless. Interior, museum office, lab, day. Paul is poring over the numerous carbon dating reports and other documents, quite flustered.
This is ridiculous. This is impossible.
Truthfully, we were hoping that by bringing you here, you could shed some light on this enigma. But I can see you're as genuinely perplexed as we are.
I promise you, I had nothing to do with this.
I believe you. Still leaves the question of how it came about.
What can this mean?
God only knows.
You've known my name all these years. Okay. Why didn't you look for me earlier?
Because when all this started, obviously you weren't even born yet. On a lark a few years ago, I did search for you online. Found you on Facebook. But what was I going to say? Hey, would you friend a complete stranger in another country? And oh, by the way, are you a time traveler? So, I figured, wait until 2026, like the fragment says. And lo and behold, your very unique name shows up in the Journal of Linguistic Anthropology.
After they glare at each other for a moment, Paul gasps and throws his arms out, hardly knowing what to think. More flustered than ever, he glances around the room at the evidence tacked on the corkboard and on the table.
I want to see this.
That can be arranged. The province acquired the property for us, and we've left it untouched since we finished the excavation.
And I want to talk to someone who was there. Preferably the one in charge.
Fortunately, he's still around. Long retired, but I can get him. His name's Harold Swain.
There's an explanation to this. A rational explanation, and I intend to find it.
Good. That's exactly what we want. Rational or not?
End of scene.